What is chapter name, students? Electrostatic potential and capacitance. So that is the second chapter we are going to learn from today. Okay, what is this electrostatic potential? What is the capacitance? In this chapter, we are going to study about what now? The potential produced by a static charge, and then we go for what now? Capacitors we are going to study. Okay, how the capacitors are going to work? What is the expression for capacitance of the capacitor? What is the energy stored? Before that, in first part, what is potential? Potential energy, potential due to system of charges, potential due to what now? Multiple charges like system of charges, and then potential energy due to system of charges. All those things we're going to study. So before going to that, let us collect some of the information from your side. Like what we say now, let us recapitulate the ideas what you have already learned. Now here, as we know in the previous classes, what we know in the previous classes, like if I take a spring, if I take water spring on a horizontal table connected to a block of mass m, now we're going to apply some force on this so that this block is going to shift to a new position as because of what now? Because of the applied force, it will come to a new position. So can we say this is the displacement of the body? Or dx or x, whatever displacement. This displacement is because of what now? External force you applied, right? Now means you are doing a work, right? Yes or no? Here, whatever we are doing a work will be stored in the form of what now? Potential energy. Yes or no? The work what we are doing will be stored in the form of potential energy. Let's say it is U. Okay, so here there is a spring force is acting what direction? Inward direction. That is spring force. So what type of force it is? Spring force is a conservative force. So what type of force is spring force is? Conservative force. Let's say one more example. Now there is a body on the floor. I'm going to lift it to a new position to here. Let's say this height is h. Okay, so here external force is acting upward direction because I'm going to push it up, and there is a gravitational force acting downward direction. Okay, then we can calculate the work done by the either external force or work done by the gravitational force also we can calculate. Then again this work done, whatever we are doing a work will be stored in the form of what now? Energy. What type of energy? Gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. Okay, this is a gravitational potential energy. So which force is involved here? A gravitational force is involved. Again, that is what now? Conservative in nature. Now question will come to mind. Sir, what is meant by conservative in nature? Or what is meant by conservative force? There are two types of forces are exist, conservative or non-conservative. Do you remember? Conservative force means the total work done in a closed loop is equal to 0. Or we can say like this, it is does not depend on the path followed, it depends on initial and final points. That is what we call conservative force. Example is what now? This one, spring force, gravitational force, like that. Sir, what about non-conservative force? Frictional force is the best example. It depends on path followed. Now we need to focus on this conservative force. Like here, there is a body of mass. It is inside the gravitational field. It is going to possess gravitational potential energy. Like this, if I take a charge inside the electric field, what it to possess now? It need to possess electrostatic potential energy. So in this, what is involved? Coulomb's law in this involved means electrostatic force is involved. Then force is also a conservative nature. How can we prove? A simple way. What is the formula for gravitational force? F is equal to G into capital M small m by distance square. That is the gravitational force. And electrostatic force by given by Coulomb's law. What is the formula? It is K into Q divided by distance square. So from this gravitational force proportional to 1 by r square and electrostatic force also proportional to 1 by r square. Mean this is what we call inverse square law. inverse square law means in both the cases force is depends on inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So again the gravitational force, like how much is there? So electrostatic force also what now? Conservative in nature. So I can define now electrostatic potential energy. So how can we define? In a simple possible way, I'm going to take a diagram. Okay, I think today I'm going slow and convenient way, not too fast. Estamos, Chandana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, let us consider a charge Q. Okay, as we know the charge, around the charge, there will be what no electric field is exist, right? Around the charge, there is an electric field is exist. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring an unit positive charge, or let's say test charge, from where? From infinity, I'm going to bring. Let's say this point is infinity, and I'm going to bring what now? An unit positive charge, let's say Q naught. I'm going to bring that charge. So from infinity, okay, let me say I'm going to bring it to here. Let's say this point P, and I'll move to again to this new point. Let's say this point is on. Now, in this case, look at here now. If I take anywhere in this process, now let us see the forces which are acting now. So I'm going to bring this charge Q naught from where? Infinity to P or to R, means I need to apply a force in what direction? In this direction. Like let's say Q naught is there here. Let's say I need to apply a force in what direction? In this direction I need to apply force, right? That is external force what I'm going to apply to move a charge from P to R. Now, sir, this is a positive charge. This is also a positive charge. Then what is the direction of electrostatic force, sir? What will be the direction of electrostatic force? It will be repulsive, right? Repulsive nature, right? Because these two are what type of charges? Like charges, it is repulsive in nature. So there will be electrostatic force will be in this direction. F, E. So now, what is the angle between these two now, students? Can you please tell me what is the angle between these two poles?
180.
180 degree. Means I can say from the diagram here. From diagram, I want to say. From diagram. Okay, let me take here only. Why there? From diagram, we can say that the external force you apply, that is equal to F electric minus, right? When this will happen? This will happen when the condition where acceleration is become equal to 0. Means we are bringing in such a way that there is no acceleration, means initial velocity is equal to final velocity. So we are going to bring. So now here, let's find the work done. A small amount of work done. Let's say move from R to P, okay, P to R, which is a distance of, let's say now dx between them. Now tell me, students, to me, in which case to bring it to P or to bring it to R from infinity, in which case I should do more work done? So I'm going to bring from infinity now to R. Very good, no? To R, we need to do more work done. Okay, to R, we do more work done. Then let's say, since we are doing a more work done, then the potential energy at R will be more as compared to P. Yes or no, Rahul Gowda? It will be more as compared to P. Okay, so now we're going to have like a total amount of work done. Let's say, let me take a bit different color. Yes. Amount of work done to move from where to where? P to R is equal to integration from P to R F external force multiplied by dx. Is it correct formula? Is the integration formula? Work done is given by force and displacement. Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
what is the angle between the displacement and external force? Look at external force acting like this, and displacement also same direction. So angle theta become equal to how much now? 0 degree. So if I replace this one, it will become what now? Integration from P to R F external into dx into cos 0 degree. It will become integration from P to R F external into dx. Okay, that is the work done moved from P to R. Now from this diagram, we know already this formula. Can we replace an electric force? It will become what now? It will become minus integration from P to R F external into dx. So this is the work done to move from where to where? P to R. So this whatever we are doing our work will be stored in the form of what now? Potential energy. Okay, will be stored in the form of what now? Potential energy. Let's say the potential energy at point P is UP, not Uttar Pradesh it is, just UP means potential at point P, means potential energy at point P. Here potential energy at point R is what now? UR. Then I can say now the work done, this same formula is equal to, it will be what now? To move from where to where? P to R, right? Okay, let me take an eraser. Yes. Yeah. Work done to move a charge from P to R is equal to U R minus UP. Can we say like this? That is a difference in our potential energy, right? From P to R. So this is a formula for what now? Work done will be stored in the form of potential energy. Example, if okay, we are going to take potential energy at infinity how much now? 0. Means we are thinking that we have not done any work at there. We take 0 potential energy. Okay, that case what will happen here? If you want to move from work done to move a charge from infinity to point R is equal to what now? Potential at P, no, not R, minus potential at infinity. Potential at infinity is what now? 0. So it will become what now? Just UR. That is work done to move from where to where. So this concept of potential energy is clear. So from
Yes,
this,
sir.
I can say you now what is the electrostatic potential energy? It is the amount of work done to move a charge from where? From infinity to where? To a point which is where now? Which is inside the electric field region without acceleration. Can we say like this definition of potential energy? Okay, that I'm going to write now on the next slide. Can we move on to the next slide, students?
Just a minute, sir.
Yes. Please let me know where the yes. So I can define now it potential energy, or to say electrostatic potential energy. Electrostatic potential energy is what now? It is a amount of work done to move unit positive charge from infinity to a point inside the electric field region and against to the electrostatic force without any acceleration. Can you say like this? So we are moving a charge, means it is potential energy is what now? Electrostatic potential energy. It is an amount of work done to move what now? Unit positive charge from where? From infinity to where? To a point. The point should be where now? The point should be lie inside the electric field region. And we are moving against the electrostatic force, right? We are doing a work against it, right? And while bringing it, we are bringing in such a way that it is so slow, such a way that the acceleration become what now? 0. That's the reason I said the word without any acceleration. So this is electrostatic potential energy. We indicate this electrostatic potential energy with the letter what now? U. Now here, this whatever potential energy is there now, it is depends on charge. Means whatever work we are doing, it depends on charge. So now we need to define a new term then, which we make it is independent on charge. So to make it, we are going for a new concept. The new concept is what now? Electrostatic potential. Electrostatic potential. We indicate with V. So here, the amount of work done, whatever the work we are doing to bring a charge from where to where, infinity to where, to a point, is proportion to what now? Is proportion to which charge you're going to bring. Means if the charge is a little heavier, you should do more work. If it is small, you should do less work. Okay, if I remove this proportionality constant, it will become W is equal to V times of Q, where V is what we call constant of proportionality. Okay, or just constant. For this constant, one name we are given, that is what we call electrostatic potential. Electrostatic potential. Okay, so now this potential is a constant quantity. Since it is a constant quantity, it is a characteristic of the given field. Okay, so we can send Q down. It will become what now? Electrostatic potential V become what now? Work done per unit positive charge. Let's say now, let us take a charge. Yes, let us take a charge here. A Q. It is a bigger charge, what we call source charge. It is going to produce electric field around it. Okay, I'm going to consider some point. Let's say now this is an infinity point. I'm going to bring what now? A unit positive charge from where now? From infinity. Q naught. Okay, so we're going to do work, right? So I can say from this now, what definition I can say now? For this, what is the definition I can say? It is the amount of work done per unit positive charge. So since it is a unit positive charge, so you can say just amount of work done, or else more particularly, the amount of work done same like previous definition for potential energy, but the difference is here we say it is the amount of work done per unit positive charge we add up. That's it. Apart from that, everything is remain same, no change in that. The amount of work done per unit positive charge to move from where? From infinity to where? To a point. To a point. Okay, inside the electric field. Inside the electric field region or inside the electric field, and against to what now? Against to electrostatic force. Against to electrostatic force. Okay, without any acceleration. Without any acceleration. That is what we call electrostatic potential. Okay, now if I take 2 points, let's say the point here, P, let's say this point here, R. So potential energy at this point is UP and potential at this point is UR. So in which case, okay, let the potential at this point is Vp and the potential at this point is Vr. In these two cases, where again the potential is more, potential at Vr is greater. So Vr will be greater than Vp. So I'm going to take now the potential difference. Potential difference is nothing but what now? Difference in potential between any 2 points. Okay, potential difference means what now? Difference in potential between any 2 point in the electric field region. That we need to do now. This we can take directly like this. Amount of work done to move a charge from where to where? P to R. Per which charge we are moving? Q naught we are moving, right? So per unit particular Q naught is equal to what now? V P R. So I need to simplify this VPR. We're going to write VR minus VP. So that's what VPR says. VPR is equal to what now? It is VR minus VP. Why sir VR minus VP? Because VR is a higher potential point, means we should do more work. Okay, that's the reason. So it is work done. So P to R by Q naught. So if I write in terms of potential energy, it will be what now? UR minus UP divided by Q naught equal to VR minus VP. Okay, this is clear. So this is potential difference formula. Different ways you can take it. This is the potential difference, and in terms of energy, in terms of work done. Okay, in terms of energy and in terms of work done. Yes, I'll write once again. Work done to move from P to R by Q naught. So this is clear. So all of you, it is clear about the electrostatic potential. So what is the unit of electrostatic potential? Of course, potential energy is what now? Joule. Potential is what now? Here you can say unit. It will be what now? Work done joule, right? Divided by charge coulomb, right? So it is what now? Joule per coulomb, or we can say this is as a volt. It is nothing but voltage. We are discussing voltage now. Okay, voltage is nothing but what we call potential difference between 2 points. Okay, is that clear? Can we move on to the next topic now? If it's yes, means we'll move on to the next slide. Yes. Now let us find out what will be the formula for potential due to a single charge. Let us take a single charge. Let's see what is the formula for potential, electrostatic potential. Okay, this is an important derivation. Let's see now. Yes, I request all of you to please mention this heading. What is the heading now? Potential due to a point charge. Here if I say potential, nothing but what now? It is electrostatic potential only. Okay, potential due to a point charge. Let us consider now and point charge. Point charge, what is the meaning of point charge? The dimension of a charge is very small as compared to a distance of measurement what we are going to have. That is what we call point charge. Let us consider a point charge where at some point here, let's say this point charge value is what now? Q. Okay, if you want to take positive charge, let's say positive charge only. Let's say positive charge, which is at where now? At origin. Let's say now I want to find the potential at some point. Let's say this point is P. I want to find out here, and this point is means this line is extended up to till where now? Till infinity. Till where now? Till infinity. This point is extended. Now I'm going to take this point P is there. No? This point P is at a distance of how much now? Let's say R. From where to where? From O to P. Now I'm going to consider 2 points here. Some point I'm going to consider here. Let's say R. And one more point I'm going to consider. Let's say R prime. And these 2 points are separated by a small distance. Let's say dx. Okay, this point R is there. No? This point is R. Is at a distance of how much now? Is at a distance of x. From where now? From again starting of the charge. From again starting of the charge. So the diagram is clear to all of you now. Yes, Aditya, diagram is understood. Yes, Johnson, you have come after so many days to the class. Okay, let's come back now. Here to move this one, we are applying what now? Electric force, external force. In what direction? In this direction. External force. Electric force in what direction? In this direction. Both are opposite in nature, and the angle between them is how much now? 180 degree. We know already, we have proved. Okay, now I need to find the work done to move a charge from R to R prime. First, I'll find out. Okay, R to R prime I'm going to find out, and then I'm going to extend that work from where to where? From infinity to point. Okay, let's say now the amount of work done, amount of work done to move a charge, let's say Q naught or Q naught, whatever, let's say Q naught, from where move a charge Q naught from R to R dash is given by what formula? That is small amount of work done, let's say dW is equal to external force we applied, F external into dx, and angle is 0 degree. That is, I know the force means angle between the external force and displacement is 0 degree, so it is that much. So this is the equation. Now from diagram I can say now, from diagram F external force is equal to minus F electric force. F E stands for what now? Electric force. That is Coulomb force it is. So it will become what now? Amount of work done dW equal to minus F electric multiplied by displacement. So electric force means what now? Coulomb force. What is the formula for Coulomb force? I'm going to take the Coulomb force formula. So here, yes. What is the Coulomb force formula, students? F equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square, right? It is same thing I'm going to take now here, that is equal to minus, as it is, electric force become what now? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2. Q1 is bigger Q charge, Q2 is Q naught divided by distance between them is x, so it is x square into dx is there dx, that is small amount of work done dw. Okay, now I need to find out now the total work done. We need to find out, right? So to move from where to where now? From infinity to where now? To a point. To where now? From infinity to point P we are going to find out. Let's say now, okay, let me erase this formula here, not required. Yes. Yes. Okay, then we're going to find here total work done. Work done to move a charge from infinity to point P is what now? W equal to integration from where to where? From infinity to point P, which is at a distance of how much, students? R. So I can say R is what now? dW. So I'm going to insert the value. It will become what? Integration from infinity to R. There are the negatives and outside we are going to come. Okay, let's say minus 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q naught divided by distance x square into dx. Now W, and this Q naught I'm going to take left hand side. It will become W by Q naught. That is equal to negative sign outside. I'm going to take minus capital Q divided by 4 pi epsilon we took outside. It is integration from infinity to R. It has become what now? 1 by x square dx. Now we need to go for integration here. What is the formula for integration formula? Integration of 1 by x square dx. Okay, before that, integration of x power n dx to what, students? X power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now it is x power 2 means it will come to numerator, it will become x power minus 2. So integration of x power minus 2 dx become what now? x to the power of -2 plus 1 by -2 plus 1. So it will become what now? X power -1 by -1. So I can write -1 by x. Okay, directly I'm going to take insert here the value. So it will become what now? W by Q naught means what now? Potential V from the definition is equal to negative sign is there outside minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught integration of 1 by x squared x is what we proved minus 1 by x from where to where? Infinity to R. So we always put upper limit first and then lower limit. Where is here upper limit? This is upper limit. This is what we call lower limit. Okay, so we always put upper limit minus lower limit. Before that, there is a negative sign is the inside we take out. This negative sign we take it outside. There is one more negative here. Negative into negative become what now? Positive. So potential V become Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by 1 by in the place of x r minus 1 by infinity. What is the value of 1 by infinity? It is undetermined form. So we can determine the value of that word. So we will neglect it and we take it as 0. So it will become what now? V equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon multiplied by Q by R. So this is a formula for what now? Electrostatic potential due to a point charge. This will be asked for 5 marks. Means they'll ask you like this: 4 mark plus 1 mark, 4 mark for derivation, 1 mark for definition. What is electrostatic potential? And to obtain the expression for electrostatic potential due to an isolated point charge or due to a point charge. So this is the derivation for the chapter. So is it clear? Please have a look at the derivation. Any doubt, you can let me know, students.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. So it's clear then, I think. This derivation is clear to all of you. Then let's say move on to the next thing. Okay, let's say move on to the next topic then. Yes. Now let's say potential due to dipole, what will be there? Okay, potential due to dipole. So here, students, there is no derivation is required for you. The potential due to dipole, just I'll give expression to you and I'll give some explanation to you. Okay, potential due to dipole. Dipole means what now? Two equal and opposite charges separated by some distance. What we call a dipole. Let's say some point here P. So potential at any point, okay, is given by what formula? V equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square. Okay, P cos theta by R square. That is the formula. It is formula we got now. Potential at any point due to dipole. Sir, derivation is not required, sir. Derivation is not required. How with this formula again? Derivation is not required. If you really want, let me know. I'll do the derivation notation. As per syllabus, this derivation is not required. Okay, that is the potential formula. So here, if I take if theta equal to 0 degree, if I take what is the axis? So this is, let's say, theta. This point P will come somewhere here, right? On what line it is? It will come on an axial line. So cos theta, so cos 0 degree is how much now? 1. So potential on axial line become what, students? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. So if let's say if theta is equal to 90 degree, means potential where it will be on this line somewhere here. So what will be the value of cos 90 degree? Cos 90 degree 0. So potential becomes 0. Means one thing we want to tell you here. the potential on the equatorial line is always zero. That is a zero potential point or equipotential point. Okay, due to a dipole. That you need to remember here. This is what now? This is regarding potential due to a dipole. Okay. Yes.